Hello everybody, welcome to the presentation of the school information for the year 2019 and 2020. I'll be presenting the core curriculum, the school fees, the joining instructions, and the details of the course and other services we provide here at the school. This presentation is made by myself, Mr. Izoba, the principal of the Professional Tour Guide School in Sanawari, Arusha, Tanzania. And please don't forget to check us out on our YouTube account at Prots Talk. There you can see the daily activities, the video recordings of different students and their success stories. Karibu sana. Our college campus is located at Sanawari, Arusha, Tanzania, hardly half a kilometer from the main road of Arusha, Mosh. We are in the village environment, which is so ideal for a peaceful and quiet study. I am the founder and the principal of this college, and I was a professional tour guide and a freelancer by those times in 1990s. And the original idea of establishing this college originated from the tourists whom I was guiding during my guiding days. They encouraged me to start a college so that I could be able to share my knowledge with my fellow Tanzanians. And now here I am. This college was registered on the 15th of September 1995 in the name of the Professional Tour Guide School by the Registrar of Business Names. We are licensed, as you can see our documents already displayed in front of you there. At the Professional Tour Guide School, we are proud of being able to participate in training projects. On behalf of the college, I have participated in several national and international training projects as follows. I went to Ethiopia like 3 times to do training in the Bale Mountains in the southern part of Ethiopia. This is a project by the German Development Organization, the GTZ. And I was doing the training for the foresters and mountain guides in the wonderful Bale Mountains. Also, I did a project of training in South Africa, in the KwaZulu-Natal province. There was a park which was called St. Lucia Wetland Park by those times. Now I think it's called the Isimangaliso or something like that. And I did the training for the local guides there. It was a very wonderful and rewarding experience for me. Another training project was done to the local guides and foresters in the Usambaras in the Aman Nature Reserve by that time. This is a project which was financed by the Finnish International Development Aid called FINIDA. Another training project was training of scouts and local guides of the West Kilimanjaro corridor. Many villages participated in this venture, and the project was funded by the African Wildlife Fund, AWF. On several occasions, we were contracted by the UNESCO to give training to their local guides in Kilwa about their cultural and historical heritages. On the local scenario, at the national level, we did training of local guides in the southern highlands like Mbeya, Iringa, and the southern part of Mtwara, because the government is promoting tourism in those areas. This was a project which was funded by WTO, United Nations, the Ministry of Natural Resources and Tourism, and the Tanzania Tourist Board, TTB. Another project is the famous cultural tourism program. I participated in the product development of this program. The project was coordinated by the Tanzania Tourist Board, TTB, and the Ministry of Natural Resources and Tourism, and also funded by the Netherlands Development Organization, the SNV. In that project, I took the important role of training all the local guides in all over Tanzania under the cultural tourism program. The project, as I said above, was by the TTB, the Ministry of Natural Resources and Tourism, and by SNV. This college has been a pioneer in developing a national curriculum for tour guides. So I participated on the development of the national curriculum for tour guides for the NTA level 2 and 3 at the VETA level, the project by the Ministry of Natural Resources and Tourism. This went further high up to the development of the national curriculum for tour guides for NTA level 4 and 5 at the NACTE level. In order to develop training abilities, as a college, we participated in the Tanzania Tourism Teachers Development Program. The project was by the Ministry of Natural Resources and Tourism and the Tanzania government, and funded by the European Union, the EU. Myself and the college, we are still active as tourism stakeholders for training, registration, certification, and licensing of tour guides process. Getting back to what we do here, we are specialists in the professional tour guiding and leadership. We differ from other colleges who are doing several courses. We only specialize in only this course, and we have the advanced certificate, which tentatively take like 1 year, and we have a diploma level, which takes tentatively like 2 years. We target all different level and meet all different kinds of needs. We have participants from secondary school education, the Form 4, and the high school education, the Form 6 students. But again, we have an increase in the registration of university graduates, people who already hold degrees from other university colleges. But again, this course is also good for people who are already employed, who would like to come and refresh or upgrade their knowledge. The course itself has a huge coverage. It is intensive and extensive. It also caters for international level requirements, so our graduates are able to guide all over the world. Kenya, South Africa, England, USA. You can see one of my guides guiding tourists in the Far East, Indonesia, and so on and so forth. Our course is divided in several modules covering about 10 subjects. And the first subject is the general knowledge, which we provide you or make you to be able to construct the information file as a reference tool for all the information you will need during your guiding duties. Next is the professional tour guiding and leadership skills. This is very important because it provides you with the standards to be followed since when you are preparing for a tour, conducting a tour, and concluding a tour, going all the way up to the writing of the report. Experiences is very important, so we use the manual known as the Guide's Guide to Guiding, which is very famous. This gives you almost like 25 years of experiences. The things you could have met on the way by trial and error, we make sure they are in good order and understanding. Of course, our tourism is wildlife based. So we start with the general identifications. We enable you to be able to identify the minimum of 100 animals, 300 birds on the certificate level, and 500 species of birds on the diploma level, and at least 100 plants. You can even go more than what is mentioned here for your job search requirements. For a professional tour guide, general identifications is not enough. So animal behavior is given a very big quota here from the Wildlife Ecology and Natural History subject from the book which is called The Pyramids of Life, our Bible. We have lectures at the diploma level, and we have ecological terms, the mifumos, under the advanced certificate level. This gives you the simple commentaries which you'll be able to deliver on every sighting you'll be able to see with your tourists. Being able to deal with emergencies is a very important skill for the professional tour guide. And here we have an outdoor leadership approach, which is differing from the first aid approach, because we believe prevention is better than cure. We have the Don't Die in the Bush manual, and also we have the Wilderness First Responder manuals on the theoretical part. Camp management. Tourism in Tanzania is more going in the direction of camping. Most of the tour companies have camps in the wilderness. So camp management has been a very important component in our curriculum here. This is wilderness environments, being able to work and stay and accommodate people in wilderness environments. We have both workers level and leadership level, covering the supervisors and managers. We say it's from the watchman to the camp manager. Everything, every department is included in this syllabus. Languages and communication skills. This is very, very important. We have the spoken approach, like spoken English, the daily use of languages, but again we have an extra language like Germany, and nowadays we have started Chinese. But again, French and Spanish programs are available too on individual requests and needs. For such a big college like ours, library is very important. We have both electronic library and laminated libraries. We have a 3A approach, which goes by acquire, being able to copy the notes you might need or you'll definitely need on your day-to-day or day-to-day duties. But again, we have the assimilate approach to try to understand what you have actually copied. But again, the third A is to apply, to be able to use the material you have acquired, assimilated, and now your ability to apply them in your fields. So we have the electronic library, which comprises of all the recorded lectures, whichever is being done here. But again, we have documentaries like many famous documentaries. We have working tools or studying tools like laptops, desks, and flat screens of all sizes. This facilitate everybody to do is private studies at a very comfortable and professional level. School fees, of course. Our school fees are affordable. You can also pay in full. You can pay 50 or 25%, or you can even opt to pay on the monthly installment basis. Please request for the latest school fees amounts directly from the college. We have a very good and easy joining process. You join as soon as you pay. Because of our modular rolling program, anybody can join at any time. The units have been arranged from A up to Z, and we have a full-time table and about 80 hours of study, so private studies are not a problem. In the morning, we have class sessions, and in the afternoon, we have private studies. for projects, writing notes, watching documentaries, and so forth. That kind of approach, therefore, makes us to opt for individual graduations. This means you graduate once you have attained graduation standards. We don't have group graduations at all here. Field trips are a very important component in our training. We have students organizing their own field trips, going to the national parks and areas of their choice, and each student contribute towards the costs. The other type is the most important and most interesting of all, the field trip with the tourists. We have programs for 7, 14, 16, or even 22 days, according to the needs and the program of the group concerned. And the tourists then interact with our students, going on safari, cultural tours, homestays, and it's such a wonderful and intercultural adventure, and also very important for the students to get the experiences which will be required during their guiding duties later on in their lives. So, with the agreement between the college and the companies which bring tourists in Tanzania, we have an agreement that the tour leader will provide the evaluation done by the tour leader himself or herself together with the tourists to see the performance of the students who were with them at the trip. And also we have other types of field attachments of our graduates on lodges and camps in the wilderness. Female guides. We are proud of being pioneers in this approach of making sure we produce very good and professional female guides to be able to take advantage of this ever-growing industry. Freelance guide. This is another opportunity in modern professional tour guiding which cater for self-employment. So we make sure our graduates are able to do freelancing, that is being able to work for different tour companies as professional tour guiding. Lastly, we have some hostel facilities, and these are on the full board basis. You get breakfast, lunch, and dinner. The room is for sharing, and a bed. Please make sure you come with your mattress and bed sheets. These are yours, and when you graduate, you can just depart with them. And at that point, I thank you for taking this opportunity to listen to our presentation, and I request you to stay in touch using those contacts like the phone number, the email address, the YouTube. Please don't forget to subscribe, and please karibu sana. Asanteni sana.